Hi everyone, I'm going to give you demo of green packaging asset design tool. So this tool is used for designing reusable packaging assets. And for our use case, we are going to focus on auto parts industry. But this tool can be used across various industries as well. So auto parts companies, vendors, they need to transport their auto parts from their warehouse to the OEM, and they use packaging assets for safely transporting their auto parts to prevent damage. And their goal is to reduce logistics cost in transportation of these auto parts. So per part transportation cost is required for them to decrease as much as possible, right? So we have two features in our product. These are the major two features. One is to design packaging asset. So in designing packaging asset, we are first going to give recommendation of the outer box which should be used, and then in each outer box, how are we going to orient our auto parts, right? So what kind of orientation it should have so that it maximizes the space in the outer box. So once the orientation is finalized, we use inserts uh, for to bring this orientation into picture. Inserts are nothing but they are kind of separator or bifurcator. So they basically bifurcate two auto parts so that they don't rub against each other. It is kind of a wall between two auto parts, right? And between two inserts, the wall is separator, right? So two inserts are separated by a separator, and separators are a flat sheet. Inserts are like a hollow kind of patterns where kind of cells where you can add auto parts and they will not move too much, like they fit into it, and it also prevents two auto parts from rubbing each other. I will show you the pictures of inserts as well. And then the other feature that we have is optimized truckload. How optimized truckload works is that, so in this case, we assume that outer boxes dimensions are already finalized. So once outer box dimensions are already finalized, we take those dimensions and based on that we give truck recommendations so that space utilization can be maximized. We give a comparison across trucks, and we also give how the orientation of outer boxes should be inside the truck. So this is very helpful in case of PTL, where different types of boxes are transported in a single truck. So how those boxes can be oriented is something a pain to solve, that we are solving in this case. So let us first go and go through design packaging asset feature. So I clicked on it, and now I'll land on this page where I need to add auto part details. So I'll randomly add some numbers. So 200 by 100 by 50 is what I'm mentioning. Weight per part is 2 kg, fragility low, forklift availability, yes or no, I can toggle. If it is yes, then the default dimensions are already, standard dimensions are already listed over there. User cannot change it for now. Then whether stacking is allowed or not, for auto parts to stack one over the other is allowed or not. That is what I've mentioned over here. This can also be toggled on off. Quantity of auto parts per year, I will take it as 1 lakh. Then if there is any orientation restriction in transporting these auto parts, lens standing restriction or not, or width or height. So for my case, let us say there is no such uh, restriction, then I am taking a distance or route details, which is very important to just to understand what kind of road conditions all my auto parts will go through. I will say Delhi to Mumbai, and it's the route is kind of 100% highway. Clicked on generate recommendation. It generated a recommendation of outer box, which is PP box. Internal and external dimensions are also mentioned, and then this is my weight limit per box and foldability, as in once this box is empty it can be folded and its height will be 0.39 of its original height. Why this recommendation is given, the details are already there, and an option to contact Fitsol for custom solution, there is a note added. Then I click on design inserts. My algorithm will check on whether my whether the orientation, it will check the orientation on length standing, width standing, and my auto parts orientation on height standing. So all my auto parts are like oriented based on length, width, and height, and then it's a, on step 4 it's a mix of all these combinations. So I can click on continue. In the previous step where we got the outer box recommendation, there is an also option to, like, if the user is not happy with the outer box recommendation, he can also add a custom recommend custom dimensions as well. You can choose a custom box as well. But for now, we have only four types of boxes, which is FLC, PLS, foldable crate, and then PP boxes. So on this page, we have design insert recommendation, and the details of inserts is mentioned over here. Sorry. So insert details, it's a PP partition grid with length standing, auto part orientation. Matrix is 4 by 3. Length, weight is mentioned over here. Cell dimensions are mentioned. Separator is not required in this case. This is how my visualization will be. This is kind of a separator. This is kind of an insert. This entire thing is insert. Auto parts will fit inside each cell of this insert, and then if there is a layering, then an entire sheet will come on top of it, and then another insert if there is a separator. So separator is like a sheet, insert is like this skeleton, like a hollow thing where we can add auto parts inside it. Now, this is my summary of outer box recommended and PP partition grid insert recommended. Now, I click on maximize truckload. So, truckload will be maximized based on my outer box recommendation, or if I have added a custom box on step 1. So, route details are also here, and three most used trucks are mentioned. I can also add a custom truck if I want. But for now, let us go with these three trucks. I click on check optimization. So my orientation of my outer box is being checked inside the truck with the height standing along length and width. I have the result 95.3% of space utilization for 32 feet single axle. Boxes per truck is also mentioned over here. For 32 feet it is 92.4%. I click on view orientation. This is how my orientation for truck will be. Placement visualization, this is how my truck will be visualized. Sorry. Click on close. Going back to my second feature of optimized truckload. So for optimized truckload, as I mentioned, user needs to add the outer box details, the outer box that he has already finalized for transportation. So first box, I'm just saying it is a PLS. We have standard dimensions already added. Quantity can be maybe 30. Let's add another box, an FLC. Dimensions are mentioned. Quantities, let us say 50. And let us proceed with distance details. Navi Mumbai to Nagpur. I'm saying semi-urban. Save. These are my two outer boxes which I've saved, and this is my route detail, and I can click on proceed truck optimization. I can also add a custom truck as I told you earlier. So based on that, I will also get my space utilization metrics. I clicked on check optimization. It is checking on height standing with length and width, uh, along length and width. So here's the detail. So if I'm going to use 32 feet single axle, boxes per truck will be 80, 48 PLS and FLC 32. And this will result in my truck space utilization of 100%. I can just click on view orientation and get the orientation as well. 48 boxes, 32 boxes. So PLS, FLC, then PLS, and FLC. So this is how my orientation will look like. So this is it from my side. If you have any doubt, please feel free to contact me. Omkar Madan here. Thank you.